So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with another unboxing and review. And today I wanted to review the Anvil 4-in-1 sliding caulk tool. If you're into tools, knives, and tackling jobs around the house and yard, please check out my channel and hit that subscribe button, guys. Alright guys, so the Anvil 4-in-1 sliding caulk tool. I picked this up just the other weekend at Home Depot. I had a couple caulking jobs that I wanted to knock out, and this was $4.97 in the paint section, and I thought it was a really interesting tool. It's got 4 functions, and it can be used for 4 different functions of caulking, guys. So if you've got any caulk jobs, this can definitely get you out of a pinch for sure. So let's go ahead and get it out of the box and see what we think. So we'll get it out of the box here, guys, and we'll set the packaging aside. So guys, with a tool like this, it's pretty simple, and this comes from a brand, upside down, Anvil. So if you're not familiar with this brand, it's usually the bottom of the barrel, cheapest brand at Home Depot. It's not something I pick up often. Guys, I've noticed in my experience shopping at Home Depot, Menards, other hardware stores, if you go with the cheapest product, it works out well for some stuff, but for the most part, it does not work out well. These tools do not hold up well. You're really paying a good amount of money for a tool that really might not last you a long time. And guys, as you can see, this is it's a straight up plastic tool, so it's gonna last a little while. I like to use some of the cheaper tools for really tough jobs, things that I'm just gonna wear it out quick and toss it. But if you're thinking about a tool that you're going to want to have in your toolbox for a while, I would definitely avoid brands like Anvil. It's just the bottom of the barrel tools that really aren't going to stand the test of time. And guys, I picked this up in conjunction with the Allway Tools 3-in-1 caulk tool. This was just under $6, I believe, and this is at $4.50. So let's take a look at the 4-in-1 caulking tool from Anvil, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Allway Tools caulking tool. Alright guys, so let's jump into the 4 tools here on the Anvil caulking tool, and then we'll talk a little bit about the differences between the Anvil caulking tool and the Allway Tools 3-in-1 caulking tool. So on either side here, it's got a 1/8 and 1/4 spreader on either side, so you're going to get your caulk down into a groove, something of that nature, and you're going to use the spreader to kind of spread the caulk in that groove, or you can use the side of the spreader as well to kind of clean up some of that extra caulk at the end of your job. And it keeps your hands clean. That's kind of the main point of a tool like this, is you may have some shop towel with you, you may have some paper towel, things of that nature. You're going to use that in conjunction with, removing some of that extra caulk from a job. So certainly these can come in handy. These feel like kind of harder silicone, so there's not a lot of give to these tips. I like a little bit more give in my caulking tools. I just like it to spread well, and with this, it's a fairly rough surface, guys, so keep an eye out for that with this tool. If you don't like that harder silicone, this is going to be a little rough on your caulking jobs, and I just want to make you aware of that. And guys, on this tool, this is a really, I hate to say it, but really not a friendly button here. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. You really have to push it down. It's it's cheap plastic, guys, let's be honest. But it just doesn't flow well to get the different tools out. Once you get into that set position, it's just really hard to press down and get out of that. So you're not going to be sliding this around too much on the job. You're going to be pressing down and really trying to get after it, guys. So you've got the two silicone spreaders up top that slide back and forth, and then you've got a scraper here, kind of a traditional scraper on one end, and then you've got your pointed scraper to maybe scrape out some grooves. And it's a hard plastic. These scrapers I don't think are going to be the worst thing in the world, but they've got some bite to them, guys. That's some really pointy plastic there. I don't know if I'd want to throw that in a lot of grooves. I almost feel like it might do more harm than good. Might tear up a job more than you want. And when I'm doing a caulking job, guys, I don't really like to tear into stuff. I want to run through the cracks. I want to make sure I've got a clean surface and I'm ready to go. But I'm a little worried about doing more harm than good with that scraper. I think probably the most versatile tool might be this scraper. It feels good in the hand. You know, it's just kind of a nice mini scraper. So I may actually end up using that portion of this 4-in-1. That's probably the best of the 4 tools. But let's compare a little bit against the Allway Tools caulking tool. And as you guys can see, it's a little bit larger tool, but it feels a lot nicer in the hand. And for basically $1.50 more, you're getting a lot more tool with Allway. You've got 3 silicone spreaders. You've got, you know, the detachable silicone. You can pop between the different sizes here. You can take this off to clean it off at the end of your job. And this is a really soft silicone. And when I was doing my caulking jobs, I noticed this just flew through the grooves I was working with, flew through the cracks, and really spread that caulk very nicely. And then in terms of the scraper, guys, this stainless steel scraper just absolutely, again, just flew through the grooves, really pulled the extra paint out, things of that nature that I wanted to get out of those cracks. And I really didn't end up using this scraper as much. I don't like the placement of it on the back. It's kind of got to be there, guys. But I don't know if I like it as much. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to pick up this tool versus something like the 4-in-1, just because, again, guys, this is rough around the edges. You know, these scrapers aren't going to do a good job for you. And then the silicone spreader, it's tough, guys. It's not a soft silicone, so it's not going to, you know, spread your caulk as nicely as something like the Allway tools. So guys, I think this is a lesson for all of us as DIYers, as homeowners. Really, guys, think twice before blowing your money on brands like Anvil. They can be, you know, attractive just because they are the cheapest tool, but they're not going to stand up to the test of time, guys. They're not going to do as good of workmanship on your jobs because you know, you're going to be at a disadvantage when you've got a cheap tool in your hand. Get something that has a little bit more substance to it, guys, a little bit more of a quality build. So when you're looking at caulking tools, definitely look to something like Allway versus Anvil. So that's it, guys. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe if you can. And as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.